Everybody, good morning. Good morning. How's it going, Goose? Wade, Dan, Steven, Gaten, Donald, Sergio, Francois, Rex, Craig, Rob, Arturo, Robert, Mark. Good morning, everybody. Gary, Jason, Larry, JB, Krill, Brian, Indy, Carlene, David, Rongamer. Glad to see everybody in the chat. Joseph, Swee, General Rush, good to see you. Jimmy, Nikki, Rosalind, the hangovers to happiness. Ted, Jeremy, Zub, George, hangovers. I don't recognize your name. I think you were here maybe yesterday. Anyway, it's a funny YouTube handle. Anyway, welcome everybody. And if you're tuning in here and you're like, how is everybody getting a chat? All you got to do, be a subscriber on the channel. Click the button down here in the bottom. A few seconds later, you can chat on the live stream while I'm live. If I'm no longer live, well, you have to leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to get back to you. And FOMC today at 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. right there. And then Jerome Powell can never resist speaking, and he'll do that at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, which, dun, 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 this is the big show, really. I mean, this is the biggest market mover of the year typically, are these FOMC meetings. All year long, we get this stuff, and then it moves. And if you haven't seen the markets, we did a big drop after the close, and then we've done a big pop overnight. It's definitely got us in a precarious position here as we come into this FOMC. The thing I'm scared about is if we rally up to that resistance that I've been talking about for a few days ahead of this FOMC, and then drop. So, yikes. We'll look at that here in a second. But first, before we talk any trading or any levels, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. Now, what does that mean? It means I'm good at what I do. I get it right a lot. But tomorrow could be, or even yesterday could have been the last day I get anything right ever again. I could be just all wrong from here on out. It'd be incredibly big bummer. But I may never get another thing right again. None of my systems may ever produce a winning trade again. That's the life of trading. And this presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, and entertaining. It is not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything at all. No stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Don't long them, don't short them, don't trade them. And if you desire personal financial advice, hire and consult a financial advisor. Sure, everybody's heard that a million times, but make sure you trust this person. Like if you go hire somebody, nobody watches out for your money more than you. All right? This person, you better trust them. You better trust them. There are scammers and just people that just want to make some of your money into some of their money. I mean, that's really the deal. So anyway, I mean, I digress. Anyway, yesterday we had kind of an inside day. And today we've got a mega rally going on the ES, 75 points up. Holy guacamole. Let's go look at that here in a second. Look at that inside, just a move up on a retrace. We actually made a lower low on ES over just after the close when Microsoft reported earnings. Look at that. So, where's the danger zone? Highway to the danger zone is right here. If we get up in this zone, right in here, that's the danger zone. If we rally right up here for FOMC, y'all might want to prepare. This is like, I'm 100% serious right now. If we rally up here before FOMC, man, I'm very, very serious right now. This could lead to a big move down right to here. I mean, a serious move down. It does not have to do it, but it will have the setup for that move right there. I mean, we're talking it could do it this afternoon. Like, that's a scary potential right there. I mean, you see it right there. That's an echo of the first move down. Let's just clear this up. All the things I've said. So look, that high, this low right there, this resistance right there where we consolidated just a few days ago. Let's put it down a couple, like just to make sure you have all the candles and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. if we rally from this low right here, where we were just last night, all the way up here to this 618 right here. So this move down right here can echo right off of there. Put us down here. Now I dropped off the daily chart. That puts it, that just, all that does is echo that move right there. See that in the market a lot. Now, go back to the daily. That 1272 coming in just below that, a very classic extension for an echo. Put us right in the roadmap line. And that can happen fast, like really fast. This is a scary candle right here. So this could be a WXY type of move. I was kind of biased to going long yesterday coming into the FOMC. I did not expect we would come in and be looking at 75 points up on the ES. Very, very concerning. Now, it's going to take a mega rally for NQ to do the same sort of setup. So, mega rally, mega rally. It's going to have to put it all the way up here. Right there, kind of almost aligned that with the same consolidation there. So we're seeing a giant reversal on NQ. If we turn down right there, it can result in this big move down past the roadmap line on NQ. This is a very precarious place. Danger. Danger, 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 danger. Danger. This is a dangerous pattern right here. Hopefully everybody's hearing me. This is very dangerous. I'm not so sure we're just going to bust out and go higher at this point. Making that lower low last night, and then this rally very strongly. And if we end up right here, which is not that far away. Gosh, man. Not far away. It's only another 60 points up. We can get there pretty darn quick. I mean, it's a big move, but it's not like, it's not that far away. I mean, look at that candle the other day. Jeez. Jeez, jeez, jeez. I do not like that setup. And Russell here. We could spike that, make the higher high, and then flush. Be careful. Now, that's interesting. On oil. I kind of expected that, actually, that we would dip and then rip. I kind of expected it from yesterday. I didn't like that close yesterday. I mean, I expected it from the day before yesterday, on Monday there. Yesterday, definitely pushing. It's just a fake breakout, though. That's why I always say a spike reverse doesn't necessarily count like that, unless it invalidates something. If it had gone lower low, then, you know, it would have been a different situation. But right there, went deeper than I hoped. But nothing's out of the woods yet. We still have to clear the roadmap line to indicate we're going higher. This is not like a go all in situation to oil. It can still flush down and get down here, especially if that ES rolls over and we get that move down. This could flush right down here. This is a very, very precarious position in the markets. Gold trying to break out again, with target still hanging out up here. Bitcoin doing nothing, not responding at all to this mega rally. This is a big cautionary. This is a risk on, risk off asset. The fact that Bitcoin is just sitting there, it's not risk on. It's not everybody back in the boat. Cautious. This is something's up. Something's up in the market. And Ethereum just hanging, not really doing anything either. The dollar pulling it right back down, glancing off the roadmap line. That next extension lower, probably going to take us down to 103, more than likely. ASML. And we get the poppers. I've kind of gotten here faster than the market's open. And the market didn't open yet. So we have that big dip. Potential to find a bottom here. Coming into nothing really. Like just demand, I guess, for chips and stuff. This is beaten down, so this could pop right back up. It's going to take a move up through this gap area to convince me we're going on up to 1150. But that's just popping right back up there. It was the biggest gainer on, I mean, look at that, 66 bucks goes from here up to here. That's a big chart right there. Now we had Microsoft earnings. It was way down here. I have to jump down. Look where we got down to last night. Extended hours. Look at that. Spike down all the way down here to 389. Coming back up quickly. Trying to recover as we get into the open. That basically tapped the roadmap line overnight. And we may open flat on Microsoft after a big dip there. Pretty wild. Then AMD rallying back up, trying to get back above the roadmap line very quickly. I cautioned last night that we may see this rally right up to here, this 618, before we take another turn down. This could be the first move down, retrace. Next move down could take us right down. So be careful chasing some of these, all right? Now, the list is long today with the market being up 75 points before we're even open. There's a big long list. So let's jump, pitter patter, let's jump into her right there. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a speed run. So MSTR, be careful. That set the stage to go higher, but yeah, 21, 22, 25 up there. But if crypto's going to flush, this may come right back down to 1,300, 1,200, 1,300. We do have, there is a split coming up, and I don't see it on here. They're doing a split sometime very soon. I don't know why it's not loaded. They've got a split coming up, so watch out. And SMCI popping a little bit, but that's still we've tipped the odds. We're gonna do a bigger flush. Be careful with that one. Very concerning. I don't think there's any kind of all clear on SMCI. POWL. Man, look at that pop. Let's see, let's just clear. Come on, just clear this off. Remove the drawings. This high, this low. If we can get back above that high right there, 178. Tips the odds to go on to 220. Right up there, LRCX. Dun, 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 dun. Potential to bounce. But that looks pretty bigger picture. I still have a need for this one to go lower. If we bounce, get back above the gap fill, can take it up to 1170, 1200 up there. Wonder if, let's see, chart settings. Do I have splits turned on? Yeah, splits are on. And just not loading it. Weird. Weird. CEG. There's another one ready to bounce. That high, that low. And Rongamer, this is what I was telling you. Like, a lot of these charts are ready to bounce. There's, I think that was the bell right there. Getting a bunch of alerts already firing off. IPI. What that was. Oh, that was a rollover. Let's see. Sell. Wow. Sell. Everything going to hit targets first thing in the morning. XLU, DSU. That's an interesting one. Oh, Goose, DSU right there. Dun, 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 dun. That was a fill on DSU. XOP. Sell. Man, look at all these. SP 500 up through 5490. MA. Crossing back. Wow. Look at that monster move. Holy moly. Wow. That's triggering the entry right there. Look at that. If we get the daily close here, probably coming on up to, let's just replace the fib. Ah, gravel in my throat this morning. Monster wore off. So if we get the daily close up here above the 618, and we got a lot of fireworks going today, and earnings were this morning. But if we get the daily close up there, almost 500 up here is the target. possibly even out to 526. It's been a long consolidation since back here in March. It almost looks like Bitcoin's consolidation, right? Very nice. Wing. Ooh, came up just shy of hitting the roadmap line there. Really wanted to see that one hit. Unfortunately, these guys cook in vegetable oil, so I can't eat there. Kimberly's allergic to soy. Vegetable oil, aka soy. Anyway, SU hitting the target. TT just consolidating, nothing to see. TLN looks like we may drop down to the roadmap line, even though we popped back up. It's probably a lower time frame chart, 4 hour maybe. Gotta turn that back to regular trading hours. And no data, no nothing. Can't really predict it since it doesn't have enough data. And back to the daily. Well, that's weird. Okay, it's just not loading, apparently. Tiva. Boom, right up to the target. Boy. Where's my list? That'd be, yeah, 75. Took that up to 75. Excuse me. 75%, that's pretty good. And skipping around a little bit. Let's see. WUSD, nice potential reversal off of that roadmap line. This is an ultra. Be careful. That ultra means leveraged semiconductor. Now, if we flush the bigger market, this is going to flush right along with everything else. So be careful. SMH. Didn't quite touch. Cautious. VST. That can be a pop. Be a bounce. However you want to refer to it. Break back above this 93 area right there where they consolidated. That 618 level. 112 on the upside there. 117 possible. AMD, we already hit. That's caution. Major resistance there that can lead to a bigger down. I'm not convinced this is going up. That was a 1, 2, 3 up. One move down. Retrace. 618, 166 can lead to a bigger down. Caution, 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 caution. Do not get super long on AMD. Small moves only if you're going to be bullish. The bias is down at this point. We set the bias by breaking lower. It's going to take a move up, a retrace, hold, and move up, break out through that high with a higher high and break through this to convince me we're going higher. Otherwise, we are set for move lower right now on AMD. Doesn't matter. All right. Doesn't matter news. Doesn't matter nothing. We are set for move lower on AMD. ADP. Wow. Wow. Sometimes they do crazy stuff. Right up into the targets on ADP, and that's been choppy, so I wouldn't have touched that. NVIDIA, leveraged NVIDIA. Look at that spike down. I'm not sure we're done on NVIDIA. Oh, not sure we're done on NVIDIA. Be careful there. QQQ, not sure we're done on a QQQ either. SOXX. Not too shabby. Now, let's go talk about something else real quick, since we seem to be retracing. There is another possibility. Let's go back down here. Now, if we retrace from this low last night to this high this morning, if indeed we do a retrace, like if we get, seems like we're getting whacked into the FOMC, come back down anywhere in this vicinity right here. Before 2 p.m. It's got to happen pretty quickly. Move this dot right here. Yeah, 2 p.m. right there. 2 p.m. there, right there. We got to be down here in this vicinity by 2 p.m. Make it even smaller. We gotta get in this vicinity right here. That's cool. There we go. Got to get in there by 2 p.m. If we do that, that can lead to a much bigger potential move to the upside. This low, this high, this low. You can blast right on up through that resistance on the FOMC move. Like the reaction from the FOMC could take us right up through this resistance. And we could get extensions on up here, even to a new high. That could happen. That'd be a wild freaking day, but and that'll probably continue through tomorrow, next week. That'd be some wild moves though. So that potential's on the chart already. Just that was another crossed my mind really quickly there. Thought I'd jump back and don't want to just freak everybody out, but the bigger caution is if we rally right up here, hit resistance, going into that FOMC, it can take us down in a blaze of glory. So just be careful both ways. That's big dynamite potential. This FOMC might be a bigger mover, might be an outsized mover compared to what we've seen. My futures already ramped up margins like 10 times normal. They're like, sorry, we don't want you playing in futures. So, all right, moving on. Moving on. AVGO trying to bounce off the roadmap line. Didn't quite make it down there. Big red yesterday, took it right back today, and we may get continuation right back down. Be careful there. Nothing's clear. Nothing's bottomed out. While we did hit a potential reversal point, we filled the gap. Could bounce here. It's going to take a move back up through this gap up here to take us on up 191 on AVGO. ADBE looking for a bounce here. Didn't quite touch. We may get one more move down. 1, 2, 3, 4. That could be a fifth wave down. Then watch for the retrace out here. If we get that fifth wave down, lower low, watch for that retrace up to the 560 area. Then we could turn down again or break out and head up to the targets, 588, 595. AMAT has the potential to bounce. If we can fill the gap, going up 264. TSM, Taiwan Semi, lots of semiconductors moving this morning. Potential to bounce here, but we could go a little lower. I'm wishy-washy on so many of these because they're not clear. All right. Could go a little lower, could be at the bottom. It could just be a 4-hour bounce on a lot of these. But I have a lot more confidence when we get a daily bounce. Then we break back above the 618. So it's still, if we break above the 618, I don't like to watch the 4-hour chart. It's just not my time frame. All right. I like to watch the daily charts for some of these moves. And ARM potentially going to come down and touch the roadmap line. Even though we're popping a little bit this morning, watch out for the retrace. QCOM already down here. It can easily start bouncing. Watch for the resistance here. We get above it. 240 area is the target. GEV just kind of churning. Not enough candles since they're whatever they call it, spin-off recombination company reorganization thing. NVIDIA, as I said, now that can bounce here, but here's the problem. We got near the 1618. That usually indicates we're going to get some continuation in this direction, but we may consolidate first. The big indicator that we're kind of done on this is if we start breaking back above that level right there, it starts changing the odds. We're going higher instead of continuing lower. Coin, just consolidating with Bitcoin and all the other cryptos. Hasn't broken out yet. Hasn't done the thing. IVV, that can get a bigger, deeper retrace. Coin can get the retrace on down. I was looking for this before. We may actually still get that. It could be the first move down, the 3-wave retrace, and we get the second wave down. That could still play out. It just plays out from up here, a little bit higher level. Then this is a copy of this. Now we project it off of here. We can still get down in here, lower low. Still possible on coin. And then IVV. Come on, load. There we go. This is core S&P. That can retrace a lot more. That moved down. You can use simple tools like this. Came up a little shy of echoing that prior move. I don't know. That looks like we might have more to go. Same SPY here. Could have more to the downside. Really depends. Now, interesting. Look at this. I saw it on SPY. I just want to pop back over to the cash here. Cash index. Show you. We made a higher low here. Now, this move is pretty gnarly. Right, that move up, this retrace, that move up, this retrace. That's kind of not awesome. But this could, I hate those little pop-ups that come on here, like those little arrow things. This move could set us up to pop on up in here, 227, I mean 272. Now that we're up here above this 1 hour roadmap line, but we also could find resistance at the same vicinity here and roll over again. So it's not clear at all on this chart. Now, looking at the 4 hour, we kind of moved up. We've retraced. We could get the pop. Still not very clear. Still not very clear. Still sets us up for a potential move right into that resistance right here. All right, jumping back down, NVDL under the roadmap line. And if you don't know how to do like conversion from SPX or ES to SPY, just move a decimal over, all right? Then you're generally in the vicinity of SPY. Same pattern, same stuff, same stuff going on right there. That move up, that retrace, it's got me concerned. I'm talking about this move up, this retrace, it's got me all concerned, all right? And this move down from this high to this low, all the same stuff. Same pattern exactly, because it's all the same freaking stuff. So be careful. NVDL, this lever's long, trying to bounce, but that may result in a deeper move. Hey, good morning, John. PANW, man, rejected off of that. Retracing, it's probably going to keep retracing into earnings back here. Probably going to do it. Let's just remove the drawings. So we've got this roadmap line bounce right here. And then we've set up this set of higher lows. So the support is basically at the roadmap line right there. And this can continue down into that earnings. And just keep churning. And we meet up over here somewhere on earnings. We haven't been able to break above. And this has been the important, that consolidation before we popped. That's the resistance now. We haven't been able to break through it. And if we can, targets are up here at 400. But we may just do this until the next earnings. Ooh. Same as the S&P. Could pop, but that pattern does not look good. And I'm concerned we're going to get a bigger drop. JCI. Johnson Controls. I would watch out for a retrace at this point. That's starting to look a little played out. CDNS. Wow. What a move right there. And just one big down and no bounce, no nothing, no break above, no test of the roadmap line. Not very indicative we're doing anything in particular except possibly getting continuation lower after a retrace. So that moved down, possibly off of a retrace back up in here. Could take us on down to some lower levels. FSLR. Looks like it wants to hit the roadmap line. It's finding support. We may need another flush. The the market took what looked like a relatively clear FOMC meeting coming up and mucked it right up on a lot of these charts. VRT, if we can break back above this, right up in here, sets the stage for 115. MU, same thing, almost exactly. Break above this, sets the stage for 164. TXN, looks like it wants to retrace deeper. I would be careful. It touched the target. It could get an extension, 218, possibly up there to 240, or it could retrace back the roadmap line at 182. It's not clear at this point. Roblox, target, Pachao. TCL at the roadmap line. That's 3x leverage. Be careful right there on leverage. 3x leverage on technology. Could it bounce? Could. Gonna have to get above 98 to go to 118, 120. Right up there. Hey, Kevin. Good to see you. SPXL. That's just leveraged SPX with 3x bull right there. Another leverage. Be careful on leverage stuff. XLK. Ooh, nice. Got the retrace. I like it. Potential right there. Oh, look. I think this is the one. Let's see. The heck? What the heck? No, I didn't have that to click today. Look at that, 77%. That's a pretty nice one right there. I thought XLK was a pretty good one. If that can bounce, get above the 618 there, 77% of the time, 78% of the time, we go higher. That target would be 242 for XLK. Not too shabby. CAMT. Looking for this one to bounce. Back above this 123 area. Looking for 147, 153. Nail. Already almost to the target. So close. 163.85 target. Garmin. Looking for the retrace. That's probably played out on the upside. Let's be honest. That was a heck of a move up. I would expect a retrace. It's basically hitting its head at the prior highs. Could it get an extension? It could. It hasn't really retraced in a while. It may retrace before it can get that next move out right there. Look at that move. Look at that move. Holy guacamole. 193 might be the exhaustion move if it does one more leg up after this little right there. That might exhaust it out. Could go up to 205, but that's going to be the area where we're probably going to take a rest. And we could push it on up to 240 after a little rest. Like it can rest and then do the 240 right there. You just need Wrongamer to outfit everything he's got with more Garmin gear. Push that one higher. And T-Mobile looking for the retrace here. Hadn't been down there since back in October. Dell. That one can retrace deeper. Watch out. Like we could bounce here. If we get above that 154, 190 is the target. If we don't hold this, or if we show any weakness in FOMC, watch out for a deeper retrace back down in 90, possibly 65 area on Dell. Dayforce pulled up the. That's interesting. Dayforce pop up into the roadmap line and can reject off of there. PDD. Hunting. This is China. A lot of China stuff having a really hard time right now. This is like Temu. If you've seen any of those ads, like everywhere, watch for a break back above this up here, but that's a long way up. So this might be suggestive that we're going to see some more trouble from China and more corrective activity going on here. Direct competitor, AliExpress here. Baba still showing a lot of trouble too. SAP, the US version, not the. That's a target. Be careful for a retrace on SAP. TQQQ, hunting for a bounce. I actually took an entry and some calls out for a couple months, looking for this to bounce. Leverage stuff is dangerous. That Ultra Pro means leverage right there. Leverage. Be careful on leverage. I took a position thinking that possibly this could be indicating we get a bounce, but small risk. Be careful. QQQ definitely indicates we could go lower. So be careful on that one. TQQQ, though, could. There's sometimes the leverage stuff indicates a bounce before the underlying being QQQ. So TER, same as yesterday. Looking for that bounce up there. Yesterday it was like on the biggest droppers list, I think it was, or maybe it's the day before. So watch for that to break back above there and head up there. PSN, Auto Rants guy. It says the guy who has a garment on his wrist right now. Anyway, right there, hit the targets already on PSN. Watch for the retrace. Match. I wouldn't mess with that till we start making higher highs. Look at that down. Lower high, lower high. I mean, look at that trend of lower highs. Lower high, 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 lower. Till we get some higher highs in here. No, not for me. You may be like, well, you're missing the opportunity. Here's another leveraged QQQ. Remember, ultra means leverage. This one didn't touch. Bouncing up. Could present an opportunity to bounce, but also leverage cuts both ways. So if the market goes down, this will go down in a leveraged way. If this goes up, if the market goes up, this goes up in a leveraged way. So leverage cuts both ways. Be careful. DD. If you're gonna buy options on these leverage things, make sure that you can go to zero. Like put your max risk at zero. All right, don't be like, I'm risking 10%, and then like the market moves 10% and you get ripped for 20%. Or 30% even if it's a 3x. Be careful. DuPont Nemours just been consolidating this range for, it seems like, forever. OIH. Be careful on the lower highs. This could be setting up for a breakout on oil. Fennec Oil Services. I'm not convinced. This is a watermelon seed squeeze type situation. We could just fart around in here around 329 till next summer. Just nothing clear there. And BA, really trying to break out. Really trying. Really trying. Rejecting it so far today. Tried, attempted, made the attempt. So far, not getting there. Kind of flatten this out a little bit. Got to get out of this wedge thing to indicate we're going anywhere. And this could just mess around here so it breaks down or breaks up. Starbucks coming up to the roadmap line. Reported disappointing earnings last night. Popping, but maybe dropping. May make a lower low. I was kind of expecting it to dip on down. ADI, we're getting there. We're getting there. Almost down to the bottom. ADI, watch out for the deeper retrace here. MDB, nothing. It was on the poppers list. Now it's not doing anything. Nothing. WDC. Popping them back up to the roadmap line. If we get above this over here, 75, 84 on the upside. It's been in a big downtrend, and we're finally trying to push through. If we can hold it, we can go higher, but it also may reject, just like it did back here, just like it did over here. Didn't break out here, but it rejected that area, went down, lower, low. It can go down again, back down to the lows here, around 30. KKR, ridiculous pop. off of no setup. Well, lower time frame setup, but nothing on the daily. That's just a ridiculous pop. Be careful. It's going to retrace one day or another. NVO. Yeah, we can get back about this. Set up for 150, 153. That one's potentially bouncing off the roadmap line. How's Lily doing? Lily touched. May go a little deeper. Back above this. Can set us up for 1,000. UPRO. That's leveraged. Ultra leverage right there. Ultra leveraged S&P. Be careful on that one. That one may need a touch of the roadmap line. Biggest decliner. Try to break through the roadmap line. This is upside down, all right? So I've been talking about how they rally up and they retrace to the roadmap line. This one was dropping, came back, hit the roadmap line. If we drop back through the 618 level, this can get a lower low, then right back over here. So that, what does that look like? Looks like this right here. That low, that high, that 618 level, right here, right there. We get below that, can easily come right down here. It's not magic, it's just math, all right? Just simple drawing a few things on the chart, math. That came up, hit the roadmap line, can get extension lower. The trend has been down. A continuation of that trend would be down further. Pin. Right to the target. See, the same exact pattern I was just talking about. Like that rallied up, broke down below the roadmap line, below the 618, and right to the target on the downside. 1272. UNH. Almost up to the target on the upside. That was a large consolidation. Years long. Popping up. 589, the resistance, and we may see 630 after it consolidates here a little bit. We may pop up to 630. Then we'll probably do another retrace, retest the breakout here, maybe pull the roadmap line up there in that vicinity. LNTH probably coming back down to the roadmap line. Looks pretty gnarly. That high, that low, hit the resistance level, and coming back down. No high probability anything yet. MAR, Marriott International. Hunting for a bottom here. That drop, that pop, that drop. We may go a little lower down, just a little bit down here, before we can find a bottom. MSFT, already kind of mentioned. Trying to hunt the... Probably going to fully hit the roadmap line there. It looks like it already did. Oh yeah, we get the little spike down, all the way down in there. So that can be a reversal off there, break it back above this 447 area to take us up to 476 right there. So that's not too bad on Microsoft right there. PEPG. Yeah, Kevin already kind of went through all that. I don't know if there's trigger words. I wouldn't. I mean, the bots will react to trigger words, but it's just volatile, so I wouldn't day trade through it. PLTR, buy right there. Marginal. That's a marginal setup. That high, that low, that break above, possibly 28, 28, 830. MVDS. Watch out for that to flush on down. Text. Go back up to the daily. Still just churning sideways. Nothing. SOXS. This is 3x bear, leverage bearish on semiconductors. It's been a horrible trade for that. TKO, probably coming back down to the roadmap line is what that looks like. You could say head and shoulders forming. I don't know. Looks like shoulder, head, shoulder, a couple of heads. I don't know. Not really clear on that one. SW, Smurfit West Rock. Oh, there's where West Rock went. They merged into this. I was looking for West Rock the other day. Smurf it. It's kind of funny. Smurf it, West Rock. So they have no chart history. Can't really do much there. And pins getting slammed back down. May break lower. I would be very cautious on that one. Looks like we're going to retrace that whole move up. Possibly come back down into this zone right in here and hunt the bottom. GEHC. Resistance right there. If we get above it, 98. If we turn down here, 74. MO, Toria. Watch for the retrace back to the roadmap line, or at least pretty deep down in the vicinity down here. Lemonade. Got really close to doing the bounce. Didn't quite touch. Probably did a 4-hour touch. So if we break back above the gap, 25, 26 on the upside potential. And bias for the day, extreme caution. Like I said, if switching back to the ES, this is the S&P 500 futures right here. Yeah, we got it at 10 o'clock here. So we're not doing anything, but if we retrace to here, explosive move up potential. If we push on up here, explosive move down potential. If we hang out here, it could do either of those. Like if we go up and hit this on the FOMC, watch out for a big down. If we drop on the FOMC, watch out for this support, and then we launch off of that. So it's going to be unclear. This will be a developing situation right here. And there's no clear path with what we've done coming into this morning. Very, very precarious, dangerous situation. You may and can lose a lot of money, especially if you have tight stops going into 2 p.m. rate change announcement, and then the 2:30 Powell speaking. All right, be careful out there. That's today. I'll be in Discord all day, hanging out, and if you want to come check me out, like links in the description. Pay $5. Market Roadmap. You can get in there, and you just got to log into the members area, and the instructions to get into Discord are right there. Otherwise, I'll be back same bat time, same bat channel tomorrow morning. We'll talk about Meta earnings. Meta looking like we could bounce here. Looking like we could bounce right here. Hit the roadmap line on the daily. Got to take a move up through the 618 to indicate we're going higher. And then tomorrow, after the close, we have Apple, which looks like it may go lower, and Amazon, which didn't quite hit the roadmap line. So we may see a flush like Microsoft, find support, and then start rallying. Of course, that one could be ready for a deeper retrace too. So that's entirely possible. But they did just have the biggest prime day ever. So that doesn't look like the biggest that doesn't look like the reaction to the biggest prime day ever right there. But so consumers are weak, but apparently still spending money at Amazon's. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Jeremy, I asked me in the Discord.